Hi everyone, so it's 11:15 on Saturday night and I've just filmed a 25-minute video. This won't be up the same day, this will probably be up a few days later, but that video was me, like the end of it was me ranting on about the bad drivers and what I experienced that day driving wise. Oh look, you can see my unicorn air freshener, and the one behind it's a strawberry one which I put in today, because the place where I get my car washed, you get an air freshener every time they wash your car. So it costs £5 to have your car washed, and they always do an amazing job. And you get an air freshener. I normally have the blackcurrant one because it smells so good, but this time they gave me strawberry and it smells amazing. Only problem is, and it's probably because they're cheap, that the scent only lasts about 3 days. Maybe longer, I don't know. Probably it's at its strongest for the first 3 days, but not bad for free. And that unicorn one doesn't smell of anything anymore, but I keep it in because I like it. I think it says something like I don't believe in humans on it. Let's see if it lights up now because there's a car going past. No, it doesn't, but I think it says something like I don't believe in humans. So that just permanently stays in, and I just swap the other one around. My favourite one used to be, do you know those tree ones, the lime one? I've got a few of them at home and I keep meaning to put it in, and then I'll put that in and then I'll just forget to put it in. But when that scent goes, I'll hopefully remember to put it in, because I don't get my car washed every week. I probably get it done every 3 weeks. Because it's white, it probably should get done more often, but I get it done on a Thursday, and I was meant to get it done. I had it done this Thursday, just gone. I was going to get it done the Thursday before, and I can't remember why I didn't get it done. There is a reason. I'm trying to remember what it was. Can't remember. But there is a reason why I didn't. But I got it done this week. But it really needs cleaning inside, because it really needs a good clean out. And I remember when I first learnt to drive and I got my first car, I used to clean my car on the inside and outside once a week. I can't remember how long I did it for, but I kept it up for a very long time. And then I got my second car, and I don't think I did that one every week. And every time I got my third one, that really got... I don't think I ever... Oh, I did clean it out. Yeah, I remember I did clean it out, because I could park my car at the back of my house at my last house, because it had you could drive down the side of the house and go in this big massive double gate into my back garden area. So I did clean it out quite a few times there. But this one, I don't think I've ever personally cleaned my own car in the inside. I'm trying to think. I've cleaned it out, like I've got rid of all the bottles and all the crap. Like the other day I cleaned out the front of the car and some of the back of the car. And it's not too bad. Normally there's loads of drink bottles in, but I rarely bring drinks in. Normally I'll bring water in and I take the water back out with me 9 times out of 10. I mean, there is some drinks in here. There's like a half-drunk Diet Coke, there's a lemon drink, and there's a Starbucks caramel macchiato, the ones you get from Asda and Tesco and any other good supermarket that stocks them. But yeah, it's not too bad for once. There's still some stuff I need to get out, and I need to sort the boot out. I'm driving around with tons of stuff. There's a big massive pot of paint in there. I think it's a 10-litre tub of paint, and I can't actually lift it, especially now I've got a bad back, but I definitely can't lift it. And there's like knee-high boots in there, and I don't know, there's a mug, like who carries a mug in the boot? And there's some paintbrushes and some other rubbish. But yeah, the place where I get my car washed, they do inside as well, and they do a thing where it's £40 and they do inside and out, and I'm considering it, even though that's what my brother does for a living, and he did it last for me and he charged 20 quid, but he ended up regretting only charging me 20 quid because my car was the biggest tip ever. I can't remember when I had it done. I'm trying to think. I don't know when I had it done. I don't know, but I know he wasn't impressed, and he spent a lot longer on it than he expected to spend on it. And he said that I got a really cheap job, and I did. Like, he did such an amazing job on it. And it's not as filthy as it was. I know it was really filthy when he did it, and he was just like, tell her that he said to my dad, he said tell her not to like let it get in that state again. It was disgusting. And it wasn't filthy. It weren't like, there weren't stains or anything everywhere. But I'd spilt some tea in this centre thing where it holds 3 cups, and it had gone really mouldy. And that sounds really disgusting, doesn't it? And then there was also some like mints in it as well that had like moulded themselves to it, and he had to like get it all out. And I know it took him like 2.5 hours or something, when normally like it takes him an hour to do it all. So he wasn't impressed. And then he said I would have liked to have done more to it, but I ran out of time. And I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna kill me if I ever do that again. But every time I try and get him to come and do it, he's just so busy. He just doesn't have the time to do it. So I'm probably gonna let where I get it washed do it, and hopefully they'll do a good job, because they want double what my brother would have charged me. But my brother ain't available, and it definitely needs a good clean. Even though I'm not planning on keeping it, I don't know, like, I still think it needs a good clean, because it is absolute. Well, it's not minging, it just needs vacuuming, because it's just a bit, just needs, I don't know. Anyway, I don't even know why I keep talking about cars. What else can I talk about? I don't know. Oh, it's tennis tomorrow. Do you know, at the start of Wimbledon, I was saying Federer's 100% going to win it. I should have put money on it, because now the odds are, I think they're 1 to 5. So basically, if I put £20 on, I'd get £4 back. And of course, my 20, so it'd be pointless. But I said right at the beginning, he's definitely 100% going to win. And it looks like he's going to. So, and, because normally I watch all his matches, especially the ones in the second week, but because of how I'm feeling mentally and physically, I've just not done it. And then I watched most of his last match. I think I watched the final 2 games in the second set, and I watched all of the third set. I wasn't able to concentrate the whole time, but I watched a lot of it. But I'm really disappointed that I didn't watch more of it. But the way I'm feeling at the moment, my concentration's just pretty poor, and it's been poor for a long time. But I've never struggled to watch tennis, especially Federer, because he's my favourite player, and I just think he's absolutely an amazing player. And he obviously is, because he wouldn't be where he is now if he wasn't. But I'm hoping to manage to watch the final tomorrow without getting distracted. I don't mind missing the first set, but I think because it's the final, I always try and sit and watch it all. So I'm going to try my hardest, but I know I will get distracted, and there'll probably be times where I'll just like go off for 20 minutes and totally forget about it. But he's definitely going to win, and I wish I'd put money on it at the beginning before all his main rivals got knocked out. But it's nice that he actually gets to win it, so I'm going to be watching that tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to go. I'm planning on going to bed at 10 o'clock. Oh my god, which is hilarious, because I don't go to bed at 10 o'clock. Who goes to bed at 10 o'clock? Does anyone actually go to bed at 10 o'clock? Seriously, I feel like I'm about 9. I remember like when I was 9, I was staying up till like that time anyway. So, oh my god, like I just don't know. Who goes to bed at 10 o'clock? And like, the intention is to go to bed at 10 o'clock. The reality is, there's no way I'm going to be going to bed at 10 o'clock. I'm just not going to be able to manage it. I am honestly not going to be able to go to bed at that time of night. It's 10 o'clock. I know, like, I'll look at the clock and it'd be like 1 in the morning, and I'll just think, oh, it's early. Because that's how my brain is programmed. Because, like I said in my last video, I used to go to bed at like between 6 and 8 in the morning. So for me to be like getting up at 6, it's just like, what is going on? That's not normal. I mean, there's probably people who do get up at 6 in the morning. Some people might get up at 5, I don't know. But I'm just like, who gets up at 6 in the morning? Oh my god, like, it just seems foreign to me that you get up at 6 in the morning. Like, that's normal for me to go to bed at that time, and I know I've not done it for a little while, and as I said, the latest recently has been 4:30, and I think last night was something like 4:10. And normally I'll go to bed about 1:30, because normally I'll just suddenly, all of a sudden, get really tired around 20 past, 1:30, and I'll go upstairs, and then I'll start taking my makeup and stuff off and have a shower. Then I'm awake. I'll guarantee 9 times out of 10 I'm awake then. So then I'm like, right, what am I going to do? And then normally I'll fall asleep between 2:30 and 3, which is early for me, like I said, because I used to stay up till whatever time it was. There you go, I don't believe in humans. So it's still early for me falling asleep at 3, but it's better than falling asleep at 6 or 8. And the funny thing was, even if I'd fall asleep at 8 o'clock, I'd normally wake up around 10 past 10. So it worked like I was getting a massive amount of sleep. And even though now, say I fall asleep at like 3 in the morning and I get up at 9, I'm not sleeping for the whole 6 hours. I'm up and down a lot, so I'm probably getting about 4.5 hours, between 4 and 4.5 hours sleep. Sometimes less, it depends if I'm having a nightmare or not. But for me to say I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock, even I don't believe that's going to happen. No matter how good my intentions are, I can't imagine me just thinking, right, oh, it's 10 o'clock, all right, I know what I'll do, I'll just go and get in bed. I cannot imagine that actually happening. It's not right. 10 o'clock, who goes to bed at 10 o'clock? If anyone goes to bed at 10 o'clock, either leave a comment below or send me a private message or tell me in person, because I know there's people who I know watching these videos. Just, who goes to 10 o'clock, bed at 10 o'clock? And if you do, how do you get to sleep? Like, seriously, when I lie down, my mind just like goes round and round and round and thinking about 9 billion things. So, and then, like, even if I don't have my phone in my hand, even if like I'm being good and I've not got my phone on or anything else, I can just lie there for hours. So please, someone tell me how to go to sleep, because it ain't gonna happen. It's really not gonna happen for me. And then getting up at 6, seriously, who gets up at 6? I'm sure there's people watching this gets up for 6 and goes, I don't know, maybe to work. Do people get up at 6 to go to work? I don't know anything. If I go to work, it's in the afternoon. That's why I don't get up. That's why I don't need to get up in the morning if I don't want to. My God, I'm like, let's see if I can go to bed at 10 o'clock, because I know what I'll do. I'll be like, oh, I'll go at 11, and then it'll get to 11 o'clock. I'll go in an hour, and then I'll be like, might go at 1. I can survive on 5 hours sleep, and it'll get to 2, and I'll be like, oh, I might as well go to sleep, and then it'll be 3 o'clock, and I'll be laid there in bed, like, thinking I need to go to sleep, I've got to get up in 3 hours, and then it'll probably get to about 4 o'clock, and then I'll probably fall asleep. And then when my alarm goes off, that's when I'll just feel like death. Normally when my alarm goes off and I've had 2 hours sleep, I normally have the shakes, I normally go cold, that's why the heating will go straight on, and I'll feel sick, and I'll feel totally out of it. That's normally the case with me if I've only had 2 hours sleep. So let's just see what happens. I'm amused by the fact that I'm telling myself I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock, because I just know myself. I know it'll get to 10 o'clock and I'll think, oh, I'll go in an hour won't make a difference, and then it'll be 12. I just know what I'm going to do. I can't work out. I can't even see that. There's like something crawling on my windscreen, and I can't work out if it's inside or out. It's out. Anyway, so that's the news of the day. And I'm doing something Monday that I'm not scared, but very, very nervous and apprehensive about, and I'm pretty sure I'll be a nervous wreck on Monday. And it's not what people may think it's going to be. I don't know. not going to say, but it's something that people will least expect it to be. Even I don't even expect this. It's all news to me, let's say that. But we should all do things that scare us. I don't think it's scary. I don't even know what it is. I'll tell you Monday night if I'm not sleep deprived and like asleep in my car somewhere. Is it illegal to fall asleep in your car? That's a good question. I think it is if you've got your keys in the ignition, but mine are never in my ignition when I stop and pull over. And I think is it illegal if you fall asleep in the driver's seat even if you don't have your keys in? That's the question of the day. If any police would like to tell me that, I might Google it. But yeah. Oh, I hope I have more than 2 hours sleep tomorrow night, because being stressed out and anxious and nervous about something and then only having 2 hours sleep the night before is not a good combination. So let's see if I get through Monday without having a nervous breakdown or hiding in a corner somewhere. That sounds so dramatic. I can just imagine myself just like getting so anxious that I don't leave the house on Monday. We'll have to wait and see. So I've still not won the lottery, but then again, I've not put the lottery on, so that is probably why I've not won it yet. I managed to iron 16 items of clothing before. I'd set myself the task of doing 10, and then I thought I've got a bit more time because I wanted to watch Casualty, because I always watch Casualty, but I probably only watched about 40% of it because I just couldn't concentrate on it. But I ironed 16 things. Oh, 17 actually. But I must have at least that left to iron, if not more, because there's more stuff drying, and then I've almost filled the washer again. So it's so frustrating. I want to try and iron the rest of it so I don't have any ironing this week. What I've ironed will probably get me through the week anyway, easily, because I ironed... Well, when I picked out my 10 items that I was going to iron, I thought, what am I going to want to wear or am likely to wear this week that I haven't already got ironed already in the wardrobe? And it was mainly like long sleeve t-shirts, short sleeve t-shirts for around the house. There was a dress, pair of black jeans. What else? Oh, this blouse that I bought and washed straight away. What else? Another blouse that I bought and arrived today, and it was a bit creased, so I ironed that. A t-shirt dress, a camisole top, another t-shirt dress, and mainly just like long sleeve t-shirts and t-shirts, like I said. But I had 10 out, and then I had another 6 items, but they were the items that I thought I'll definitely want to wear, especially as I've like run out of mainly short sleeve t-shirts, because I was trying to find one today, and I couldn't, and I ended up putting on what I found yesterday, because I've got this long sleeve hooded top that, oh god, why do you have to put your full beam on as you're pointing at my car? I bought it, I can't remember when, but it's a really nice... I've wore it in... There was 3 videos that I did back to back in, I think, March, where I'm sat on the sofa. Don't think I've got any makeup on, and I've done those one take videos. And it's kind of this grey, mild type effect top with a blue writing. And I loved that top. I used to like... If I got up in the morning, it was a bit cold, I'd put it on top of what I was wearing. Or if... like I was sat at home and I was a bit cold, I'd put that on. Or if I came for a drive at night, or if I popped to the shop at night, I'd just put it on. And then I put it away because I thought I'm probably not going to wear it when it's warmer, so I put it in the top part of my wardrobe. Totally forgot I had it. I can't remember when I put it at the top of the wardrobe. It could have been like 6-8 weeks ago. It worked recently, and then the other day I was looking for a top. I was trying to find a t-shirt or some kind of top, and I thought I'll just look up here, because the day before I'd found a top that I bought. I can't even remember when I bought it. It was either later last year or earlier this year, and I bought it, and it's like a blue t-shirt, but it's quite thick material, and when I tried it on, it was a little bit too tight for me, and I thought, oh god, I'm not going to be able to ever wear this, and shoved it at the top of the wardrobe. And I got it out on possibly Wednesday. No, it was Thursday. Got it out Thursday, and I thought I'll just see if it fits me, or see how tight it is. And I put it on, and I don't know how, but it actually fits me perfectly now. In fact, it's slightly too big, only slightly, but it actually looked good. But it's not been washed until now, so now it's been washed, it might be too tight, because I hate when you buy stuff and it fits perfectly, and then you wash it and it's like it's too tight or too short. So I'll see how it is. But I was surprised, because I remember when I bought it, I was really impressed with how thick the material was, and it's a really nice dark blue. It could be navy. And I was like, I can't believe it was only £10. It was from ASOS, because a lot of my long sleeve t-shirts are from ASOS, but the material on them isn't as thick as it is on this. So when I put it on and it fit me, I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. So when I was trying to find the top Friday, I thought, oh well, I found that t-shirt the day before there, I'll just see what's up there. And I found my long sleeve hooded top, and I was like, yes. I was so happy I found it, and actually it was quite chilly on Friday, so I put it on with a black vest top underneath, and I was like, I'm glad I found this. So I worked today as well, because I only put it on to go to shopping yesterday, because it was chilly outside and I'm not well. And when I got home, because I always have the heating on, I took it off, and I've got on what I've got on now, which is a vest top and a very thin hoodie that my dad picked up for me when I was in hospital in January, and it's super thin. It's like t-shirt thin, or maybe slightly thicker, because I went upstairs before I came out, and I was gonna put that long sleeve hooded top on, but I looked at the weather and it said it was still 18 degrees. I was like, I can't wear that. But obviously, because I've got a vest top on and I won't go out in just a vest, because I don't like my arms being out, I just put this on, because it is literally very thin, and I would have been too warm with that hooded top on. But I was so happy when I found it on Friday. I was just like, yes. So I'm going to keep that out now, because the weather's probably going to go cold again at some point, even though apparently it's meant to stay warm for the rest of this month. But yeah, I wish I'd bought two of them, because normally when I buy something and I really like it and I know I'm going to wear it a lot, I'll normally buy a second. So I'm kicking myself a little bit that I didn't buy a second one of it, because like with the long sleeve t-shirts that I wear, I get them from ASOS, and it started with a raglan one, where the sleeves are black and the body part is a dark grey. Then I got a second one, the sleeves are maroon and the body's a lighter grey. Then I picked up a navy one, and I actually went to the hairdressers, and she got bleach on it when she was rinsed in my hair, so the top part of the back is a pinky blue colour. So then I bought a second one in the blue, and I still wear the bleached one, mainly around the house, or if I'm not going to be taking my coat off when I go out, I will wear it outside the house. Then I bought it in black, and I wish I'd bought a second one in black, because now they don't. It's never in stock, and when it's in stock, it's never in my size. And then I got a nude blush pink one, which is really pretty. I had it on last week when I spotted that police officer in the shop who pretended he didn't see me. And it's a really gorgeous pink shade, and they're really nice. So every time they release a new colour that I like, I'll just buy them. I think they're either £12 or £14, but they're long lasting. But as I said, like, if there's something I like, I will get more than one, normally in different colours, or if I really like just one colour, just in one colour. Like, I've got I've got a few pairs of boots where I bought 2 pairs of them. I've got my favourite pair of boots, and the black Chelsea boots, and they're really nice, and I bought them, and I wore them about 3 times. I thought, I'm just going to wear these to death, so I bought a second pair. And then I was going to buy a third pair and they stopped selling them in my size, and then eventually they went out of stock. And I've not even ever wore the second pair yet. They're still in the box, and I've probably had them for 2 years now, but I've not been wearing them much. I didn't wear them from around last May time until March this year, and I've only worn them maybe 3 times since. But I really want to get the new ones out, because even though these don't look tatty, the new ones would look nicer. But I'd still wear the original pair, if that makes sense. And then I've got a pair that I suede at that I bought, and these have got a heel. And I wore them once, literally I wore them for an hour, and I went online and bought a second pair, and I've never worn the second pair because the first pair is still fine, but they're not going to sell them again. I bought them last year. I've not worn them since around February, but I'll probably start wearing again at some point. So I've got a second pair in them. And what else have I got 2 of? There's a jacket that I've got at home, and it's a kind of a showerproof one, and it's a nice blue with like pink zip, and it's really nice. I bought 2 of them. I've thrown one out, and I think I'm going to throw this one out because I'm never wearing it, and it's a bit, well, it's not tatty, but it needs replacing. So I bought 2 of them. What else have I bought 2 of? There's a recent pair of shoes that I bought that weren't too expensive that I'm going to buy a second pair of, because they were quite cheap. The high heels were a pointy toe, but they're quite comfy, surprisingly, so I'm going to buy a second pair of them. What else? I'm trying to think. Oh, my favourite jeans. I've got a pair of skinny black jeans that when I bought them, I think I got them earlier this year, they were too tight, way too tight. And then I went somewhere in June, I can't say where because I've not put the video up on this channel because I'm on a break, and I am going to put it up. I didn't know if I was going to. Well, when I originally filmed it, I was definitely going to put it up, and I was going to put it up during my break, but I've got more than enough footage where I don't need to put it up during my break, because I've got more footage than I need, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to extend my break so I can get up the rest of this footage, or keep this footage in case I have a break in the future or not. Because the footage is going to get quite interesting. At the moment it's not interesting, and I've already edited Wednesday's video, and I don't know if this is going to go up before Wednesday, but if this goes up before Wednesday, if you're watching this, don't watch Wednesday's video, because to say it's boring is an understatement. I'm just talking about what I'm doing, probably about hand washing again, probably about the heating again, and I think basically that's it. So I'm so sorry, because the last video I'm just ranting on about the heating and hand washing clothes. I can laugh at it now, but at the time I was so unwell. I hadn't gotten over the head injury that I had, and I was stressed out. But now watching it back, I'm like, oh my god, how many times can you mention the heating? And the funny thing is, like, I deleted a lot of the clips because I got so frustrated about the hour upon hour every single day that I was uploading, that I was just like, when I got back, obviously it was easy when I was away, the broadband there was amazing, but when I got back and it was just taking like 12 hours to upload a 3-minute clip, I was just like so over it. So I deleted a lot of the footage, which you'll spot in the next video, because there's like a full day missing, and then there's an evening missing, and then the video after the next one that'll go up the week after, there's lots of missing clips. And I remember there was this really funny clip, and I just didn't upload it, and I wish I had, because it was hilarious at the time. I'm thinking about it now, it's hilarious because I was clearly very distressed, but at the time I just didn't realise how unwell I was. But I'm going to stop filming now because I've been filming for 30 minutes, but then I'm going to do another video, so I've got footage to go up at various points, even though I'm still on my break.